Still 13 with Alan Kilshaw, head of Halifax. Final game of the regular season. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are. We've pulled up well from last week. Thought we'd showed some good signs last week. I know the score blew out a little bit, but when you analyse the game, probably give them 6 tries. Off drop balls, a couple of drop balls at a scrum, and intercept off dummy half. A kick and chase. So it's not a scoreline that we like to see, but I thought there's plenty of effort and endeavour there, and if we can just fix up a couple of things, those errors and those things where we're just harming ourselves a little bit, I think we'll be fine. I think we're building well for the Shield. We've had some real tough games, on paper. Only Swinton, out of the top 6 in the last 6 games, and we've really stepped up, since that Swinton game. We've competed well against Lee. And we competed well last week, and look, we're as desperate as Halifax for the 2 points tomorrow, and we've got that in mind, and we'll be going, and doing everything that we can to get the result.
And like you say, I don't think you was far off in defence, and I think you matched them quite large periods, but for the errors. How do you work on becoming more clinical, cutting them out, and turning the possession you've got into points?
I think there was probably an excuse there last week in terms of guys are out of the normal routine, and there is the jet lag, and I think you could tell we were a little bit sloppy in our concentration at times, but we can't use that for the other 29 rounds where we have been a little bit disjointed and error prone, and you're right, we do need to get that out of our game. And look, our completions have been good, against Lee, and they were up there against Swinton for some of the games. So it is important we knock them errors out of our game, because I know we've let in 100 points in the last couple of games, but we've shown some good signs defensively as well. And if we can get some more sets knocked out and get some more energy and not do as much defending, then it's going to have a factor when we have got the ball, and those errors won't come. We won't come up with those tired efforts or those soft efforts, because we've got more energy to work with the ball. In terms of our attack, obviously we've had Morgan the last few weeks, and he didn't play last week, and I think you could tell we were a little bit disjointed at times. He's back in tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get that clinicalness and that sharpness back.
And so on social media, looked like a good trip over there. Vital for the team spirit. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think we tried to cram in a lot of stuff than we would do probably for a normal game. We let the lads go out and do some sightseeing. It's an opportunity not to be missed, and we did a lot of things as a team, and we missed out on having a camp in the early season just due to friendlies and obviously financial restrictions. So we used that as such, and I think there is a real tight bond, a tighter bond between the lads, and it's getting stronger every week, and I think you can tell that on the field. It was a good trip. We got nothing but praise. We were well looked after. With no excuses this week. We're not going to use jet lag and tiredness as an excuse. We've got one last push, and then the lads will have some time off to freshen up ahead of the Shield.
And despite how good it is, it comes with challenge. Obviously you could have a knock-on effect this week. You didn't train Tuesday. What did the week look like this week?
Yeah, we've just been in Thursday and Saturday. To credit to them, quite a lot of the lads stepped up Thursday night, and were quite vocal on how we should train, and our effort and desire, not using that as an excuse. And Miles has done well and managed the team well, over there and here, in terms of physical prep. So like I say, we're not going to use it as an excuse. We're not going to be undercut. So we'll be going hard tomorrow. We know we've got a week off coming, and we're desperate for the points as much as Halifax, as I say.
Yeah, and on to Halifax is win at all costs for both sides. It's teed up nicely for a real good spectacle. What do you think?
Look, they're a good side. They're a very good defensive side. We've got to be patient. We should have beat them at home. When we reviewed that game, a couple of kick tries, a dummy half try, and a couple of missed opportunities. And look, they've got stronger, as we know. In terms of recruitment and players back, across the year. They've had some tough games last few weeks. Featherstone, London, Toulouse. It's going to be tough for them tomorrow as well. I'm really confident we'll go there and play well and perform, and it looks a lot riding on the game. People could argue more so for them, but we want to go into that Shield, with another 2 points under our belt, and we'll be doing everything we can.
and Ben Moles misses out, 2-game suspension. Is there a chance for the likes of Dec Gregory, maybe Tyler Whitaker to step up in that position?
Yeah, look, we've got options. We've got Billy, Brickhill, Elliot Jenkins is in the squad as well. He can play half, potentially move Morgan to 9. So we'll have a look at best options this morning and fix on a team. But we've run a couple of different scenarios and we just need to see how that looks, as a 13, as a 17, ahead of tomorrow.
And finally, been some questions, criticism around the club and the team over the last few weeks. Is it difficult to keep that away from the players as we head into sort of the final and probably most vital part of the season? It's incredibly tight at the bottom now and you need 100% focus on the task in hand.
Yeah, look, I just think there's probably some misinformed people out there, some people probably living in the past a little bit, and we know the scenario we're in, and it's hard on these young lads sometimes. It's hard to keep them off social media. They've grown up with it, and they're always on the phones or whatever it may be. And look, as coaches, we can cop it. As the leader, of any team or group, then you're going to come in for criticism either way. And you've got to take the criticism as well as the praise. And what we've said in the past, we've had 2 really successful seasons, and this year we've had a little bit of a dip, and it's been well documented, and there's been reasons around that, and there's also obviously we've made mistakes as a team and as coaches, as you do each season. And for me, we need everyone behind the team, especially coming into the Shield, and I do believe we can get the outcome we want. I do believe we can stay up. It's going to be tough. I think we need probably 4 wins, 5 wins, to be certain, but it's not out of our reach. We're building really well. We've had a real tough back end, but I think it will stand us in good stead for the Shield. We know the intensity we've been playing at, and I think that'll be evident tomorrow.